if anyone can get the horse's mind in the right place, this lady can for sure. She's an absolute legend of just doing everything she can to get horses and happy and as trusting as they possibly can, and it's just, you know, as I said, a complete legend of the sport. This horse looks, I'm breathing a bit for her now, he looks happy, he looks like he's come in here wanting to show himself off. Pipsy's grinning away like a Cheshire cat, so hopefully that's her way of trying to keep her nerves away or something, or say.
She deserves a bit of luck, because Maya's hope was far from the test we expected or that she wanted on day one. So Maverick now becomes maybe her prime choice. She's a 3-time winner here, of course a winner of the Rolex Grand Slam of eventing as well, and with this horse that she partnered with the beginning of last year, taking over the ride from Helen Wilson, so it would be a horse that Pippa knew well before. She was the winner of the not under 25 long format at Bramham, which again is it's a real lovely thing to have on a horse's record, a win at Bramham.
Well, that was encouraging, because I would have thought that's the first bit that we'll see whether his brain's on board or not, of just getting that halt into them where they stand still and stay focused, and off they go. Yes, I think she was disappointed with her first one. It's not often. I nearly wanted to send a screenshot and send it to her. I was like, Pipsy, you're last after dressage. That must be the first time in her entire life, and bearing in mind she's evented many years, bless her, but I thought probably yesterday wasn't the right time for that. I'll leave that to another day. But we all know the drills. Horses are wonderful levelers. No matter how much you do it or train and get there, they're not machines. They have their own minds, and you know. But she has definitely got into this horse's mind. She's still smiling. She's still doing well. Look, she's riding every bit and doing a wonderful job at just giving this horse some time. This will be a massive education for him, just to get in here and hopefully not be scared about it, not blow up about it, and be happy.
I don't know the details, but from reading the results, it feels like this pair could have won their 5-star debut at Pau last year. It was incredibly 20 penalties on the final day in the show jumping. I mean, and that ended up 11th.
Yeah.
So still.
But it's the first time, you know, first time going 5-star. This is a young horse that hasn't done that sort of thing yet. Even their bodies, you know, it's a big ask to gallop all that way round. This horse is still going to change a lot. It's still going to get stronger. It's going to develop a lot. You've got Pippa's master craftsman riding that can bring him uphill. He's still weak behind the saddle. This horse will develop a lot in the next 2 or 3 years. With correct training. There's only so much you could train their natural stages, their body and muscle stages that they go through, and I think Pau, you know, he did Bramham, which was a big run. He went to Pau, he ran well round there, but it's the first time you run 3-4 miles at that speed, and he just looked like a weaker young horse, and Pippa knows that. Yes, it's disappointing at the time, but they all need time sometimes. But again, probably here, this will be a different kettle of fish again. If he gets all the way around here, he'll be in the show jumping ring with a big atmosphere on grass. Might be a bit soft. You know, it can take these horses. Some event horses really do come into their prime and need just a few years to get their body right. Good boy, and stand, good boy. So she rode that very clever, but it obviously wasn't the halt she quite wanted. Oh, that was annoying. Wasn't, you know, that's definitely just a little bit of having to sit a little bit fragile at the end of that walk halt, which then comes out in that halt rein back and canter transition of him just being a little bit light and a little bit anticipating going ahead of her, and her not being in total control of all the movements. If he can keep this going though, she will be absolutely delighted with him. He's a very attractive horse. She does all she can to position him correctly, have a nice outline. Boy, I think that maybe went astride early from her aid, but I think it looked like a nice Change back to the half pass again. They're sticking on the 7s and 7.5s. Flying change. 6.5 there, yeah, good girl. That looked more on the beat of her asking. Nice to think she squeaked a mark extra for that second change than the first one. Yeah, half a mark extra. Well, that's fine. That might be as generous as they sort of feel that they need to get. Good girl, some nice differences there. And then a good stretch. It's always a really good mark to try and get a place to make good marks up, to really think you can allow the horse's nose to go forward. I'm surprised more people don't. Pippa did a nice job there, but I'm surprised more people don't try and get that really good mark place to. Yeah, good girl. Oh, she's going to be so pleased with this. Pipsy, she'll be smiling away afterwards, probably crying. She'll be crying at the end of this, I would have thought, because it's like what she's done such a journey with this, and I think this week will be giving her sleepless nights of just trying to get him up here. Stand, stand, stand. Good boy. Good girl, Pipsy. Well done. She's done a brilliant job. And that will definitely give her a lot of hope for the future, that he can go in there in that environment and be a happy pony. She'll be thinking, thank goodness for that.
Well, the future could also be across the next 2 days, because that is going to go as near as into the top 10. We just have 1 or 2 scores still to come in, and they could move her higher yet. But we're seeing 12th or 11th on the ranking on the screen live in the arena. Judges giving their collectives, which again are going to move them a touch closer to a 30.
Yeah, he probably doesn't need too much of a cheer. It's lovely to get the cheer from the crowd, but actually sometimes when you're on one like this, it's like, please don't clap, please don't clap.
I think it was you said, though, about Tilly, Vania Kimura, that actually the last time I was in this ring I had won and I was galloping around like a lunatic, so the next time coming in trying to do dressage was not easy.
Yeah, it's not every day you win badminton. We milked it. We definitely had a good go.
While waiting to be counted down from the start box, our last competitor to head cross-country on the 75th anniversary of the Mars Badminton Horse Trials, Pippa Funnell, away with the 11-year-old MCS Maverick, owned by making their way down to the scoreboard to recommend that screen.
Wales next to stride out that drop down the incline towards the victory kick.
Still absolutely thronged on the lakeside to watch the final rider of the day.
Really seeing her distance a long way out there, positively riding forward. And he's certainly responding.
So what else we can confirm now after that round from Caroline Powell a moment ago is that William Fox Pitt will be on the podium going into the final day. He can finish today no lower than 3rd. Getting up into the position to let the horse run as easily as possible, trying to hold her ground against the ever-ticking clock. As off the broken bridge comes Pippa, back to sport, because this is important.
Big jump over the staircase fence there. we come to the Libure eyelashes. Just a little wobble before the first one, but beautifully holding the line over the ditch in the final one.
This is
Was that a little
vintage
pump
Pippa. We need
pump
Mike
of the
Tucker
air?
and Lorna Clark here, not you and me. This is and it's an important round and an important moment in the course because we get a feel for the time here from Pippa Funnell and MCS Maverick, and I'm afraid to say that she is going to pick up a few too many time penalties potentially to hold on to second, but clear and not too slow will put her in the mix. 10 seconds down, and as we say, nobody has seen that number get smaller.
Could just see him drop behind Pippa's leg. She had to ride him forward for a couple of strides, was always going to get there a little bit deep, just sitting up and helping him rebalance over the log. A lovely jump over there.
Plenty of questions still to come, mind you, for all that this is looking very assured here for Pippa Funnell and MCS Maverick. The Ineos Grenadier Sunken Road has been a real question today for a lot of people.
Well, Pippa's certainly making it happen there. Got so close to the first element and really then having to ride positively forward for the three.
So Pippa, the first ever winner of the Rolex Grand Slam of eventing and the only ever winner in the long format roads and track steeplechase area. Olympian and championship medalist on so many occasions. And not
Just
least,
landing a little bit steep there after the Vicarage V, but jumping extremely well.
the three-time winner here at Badminton gets one of the feature Badminton landmark fences behind her again with the Vicarage V. Coming up to the light source BP Mound. See that top rail that Harry Mead was talking about earlier on, just creates a little bit of a lip on the drop.
She keeps the contact with the long range. She rides positively on those two strides. Takes the white flag with her, but that really doesn't matter. Very much between those flags.
So setting up now, we catch up with Pippa live at the Worcester Avenue Brushes. Oof. I think she's just trying to ramp up the drama now. So 20 or so seconds to go. This is exactly as it happens now, down at the Savills curve.
Staying beautifully up in her shoulders there as she came down to the last oxen, pushing for home now.
So Pippa will gallop on up this hill, looking to get a good jump as possible over these last two on course here at Badminton. It means that Tim Price, William Fox-Pitt and the incredible Lucy Latter, 1 second over the time, will be our top three after cross country. We'll have a look at all those scores in a minute. But wait for this reaction.
And here she is over the final fence to complete. What a fantastic round there for Pippa. At times she's had to make it happen. At times they've both had to make it happen. But what a super, super round to finish the day here at Badminton.
So 45 is the score for Pippa Funnell, 31 is the score for Tim Price, so she is within 4 jumps of him. Not sure she can quite believe the round she has just given us here. Pippa Funnell and MCS Maverick to wrap up the day. And look at Maverick, the horse that wasn't super keen on the crowds and the noise and the energy coming into show jumping. Now, after his 11 and a bit minute cross country, he's very, very happy to just pose in front of these people and go, wasn't I very clever? As I say, that so much of that just looked like vintage Pippa, didn't it, Nick?
Absolutely, it was lovely to watch, and to wait till the last horse, last combination of the day. I know she's so experienced, but it's still a very long wait.
And a lot of very, very delicate and accurate lines out there as well that have tripped up people as experienced as Pippa today.
And he's been a sensitive soul this week, you know, he's needed a little companion to get him around the park. She'll just be delighted with the ride that he's given, and look how happy he is.
So many times a hero in this arena, 3 times the winner of the Rolex Grand Slam as well, the first ever winner of that, Pippa Funnell. Pippa here with quite a new ride for her, and quite a young ride as well, 11 years old, the Mill Law horse MCS Maverick for Nick and Sarah Ross. They were the winners last year when Pippa took the horse on from Helen Wilson of the 4-star long at Bramham, and that is a competition that gives you a lot of confidence about coming onto the big ones like Badminton. It's a horse that's found himself a little bit eyes out on stalks. I mean, he's not ever seen quite so many people at a horse trials before in his life, and Pippa has done an incredible job, supported actually by the huntsmen and supporters of the Beaufort Hunt who've been here mounted. She's put together a program of them with their hunt horses leading her from place to place. But she said that the tricky thing was she wasn't even really able to warm up for cross country because it was going to be so busy and exciting down there for Maverick.
And just that level of experience and knowledge that Pippa has, that she knows how to get into this horse's head to get the very best out of him over the last 2 phases. And everybody there trying to support her.
And look at that margin, 0.1 at the moment. She can't even afford a second over. But, you know, recently the winner of Burley, MGH Grafton Street, Pippa does an awful lot herself of pure show jumping.
Pippa been playing around with bits for the cross country, and this phase she wasn't so sure she got the right one yesterday, but such a new partnership. She really is a master. Just looked as if he had a bit of a spook on takeoff there, didn't he? Just seemed to look down and...
And that can happen. Once you have one of these horses, they can get a little bit after themselves and feeling, you know, embarrassed or angry with themselves for having the rail, and then quite often it's followed by another one, and such a light plank there as well. It was always a little bit under threat. Pippa and MCS Maverick will drop 3 places. They can finish no lower than 12. We will see Pippa back in the awards, but it means Alex Bragg moves up and Janelle Price and Grappanera come into the top 10. Oh, nice to see it from that side as well. You can really see, and you know, that second water tray on course as well, which is a very important aspect of the question of that jump.